Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings today. We have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Lawmaker takes up bill that will permanently reduce crime rate in Nigeria. But before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube.
All right. With the level of insecurity rising daily in the country, the House of Representatives is considering a bill to mandate the federal and state government to install closed-circuit television CCTVs across the country in order to curtail the menace. Besides the bill sponsored by Rep. Awaji Inombek D. Abiante, representing Adoni Akpobo Nkoro Federal Constituency of Rivers State, when it becomes law, intends to jail or heavily fine private firms that fail to install the security device. A bill for an act to that effect is entitled Integration of Private Closed-Circuit Television (CCTV) Infrastructure into the National Security Network in Nigeria Bill 2009. The bill makes provision for the integration of private CCTV infrastructure into the National Security Network in Nigeria to compel every private organization in Nigeria to, within 6 months of the act coming into effect, install CCTV within and outside its premises with a view to maintaining perimeter security in medium-high secure areas and installations of observing behaviors of people in order to detect criminal activities within and outside the geographical location of the company, observe criminals within a reasonable time frame, providing a visual record of activities in situations where it is necessary to maintain proper security access control. It warns that any company or organization in Nigeria that refuses out of neglect to install CCTV camera within and outside its premises is liable to a fine of at least 500,000 naira or an imprisonment of 6 months or both. It says continual refusal to install CCTV camera shall attract a fine of at least 1 million naira or year imprisonment or both. It also warns that where there is a complaint of missing items, lives and property, and the company or organization within the complaint area is unable to make its CCTV available to the law enforcement agent during the course of its investigation, such company or organization shall be liable for negligence and charged as accomplice of the crime. The bill charges high courts of states to exercise jurisdiction over offenses committed, while federal high courts will exercise same within federal capital. Under the new law, all the private companies in Nigeria shall apply or inform the Commissioner of Police in its area of jurisdiction within the installation of the CCTV within and outside its premises. The sponsor of the instrument says the broad objective of this bill is to expand the security network infrastructure in Nigeria with a view to protecting the lives and properties of its citizens.
All right, thank you very much. And I want to say that this is the issue of CCTV, that's closed circuit television, cannot be overemphasized in a crime-infested area or crime-infested country like Nigeria. You know, talking about this, it clearly shows to some extent, I'm sorry to use this word, that we're a third world country, you know, because this kind of things, it's not something that we need to try to announce it, because some of the so-called politicians, some of the so-called business tycoons in Nigeria, some so-called government officials, most of them have these CCTV cameras in their home, and they have good reasons why they are putting it there in their home. It has a way, there's something about CCTV camera. Immediately, any criminal knows that there's CCTV camera in a particular environment, he becomes very scared of that environment. So CCTV camera is one instrument that has been used by most developing countries or most developed countries to deter crime to some extent. Because if you have an intention of carrying out crime and you know that you are going to be fetched out without any form of struggle, it kind of deter you from going ahead with it. For me, I really approve that this CCTV camera bill by the House of Representatives should sail through and become a law in Nigeria. It should even come to a point whereby it will be a crime for you to enter a particular street and there are no CCTV cameras in strategic positions in a street. The only problem that we have in Nigeria is the fact that the issue of light. I think that's the most challenging, but I think solar can help fix the whole thing, you know. If we fix the CCTV cameras, at least with solar, we can kind of, you know, it can help a great deal. Go to some big shopping malls, not just big shopping mall. There was a small, a small shop, not too big, that I went into, and I saw like two of it, one in this corner. Before you walk into the shop, you've been fully x-ray. Whatever activity you are going to carry out, there won't be struggle. So this issue of saying I did not do it too, I did it, will not be a case, because number one, it has ability to pick evidence and keep it safely. You know, if for example there is for example in Nigeria, in our banks, you go in there and you do anything funny, already it's recorded in the CCTV system, such that immediately it comes up, somebody can immediately pick it up and say, okay, you say you were not involved in the crime, let's go to the CCTV. Before they know, the whole issue is sorted out without struggling. You don't have to go, you know, doing a funny fun, beating up the criminal, beating up people who are not even guilty, you know. We've seen cases whereby people who are not even guilty over situations have been malhandled. Schools should have it. We've been hearing cases of lecturers doing some funny things. We've been hearing cases of cultism in our universities. We've been hearing different cases, which these things would have just captured the person involved and store it safely. So that immediately somebody comes and report, oh, this is what happened. Okay, where did it happen? Before you know, the face of that person is stressed and it's handled stresslessly. And adding to just the CCTV camera, I think it's overly also important for Nigeria to start thinking of having a well-stored information for all her citizens, because, you know, these things are really crazy. Go to some countries who don't even have 1/3 of the, you know, human resources that we have in this country. They have well-structured, you know, biodata of their own people. Everything about their own people is there, such that if somebody comes in, they know. Somebody goes out, they know. But that's not what is obtainable in Nigeria. People come in and they go out, nobody knows. Somebody can commit a crime. You cannot say, okay, let's pick this thing and match with what is in our system. So let's pick his thumbprint and begin to match it with what is in our system. Nigeria, we don't have it. It's horrible. It's terrible. That's why people comfortably get involved in crime and walk out without anybody seeing them. All this issue of saying police have to, a lot of people say police have to get involved in some diabolical activities so that they can identify criminal. On one occasion like that, a policeman arrested a young man who was driving in a Mercedes-Benz and said, don't you know that we know that you are a 419? The guy said, how did you know that I'm 419? It's because, is it because I'm plaiting my hair and all of that? I said, you know, say something there for this our body. Well, as we just see you like this, we know say you be great. It's uncalled for. Because if there were, you know, strategic structures on ground, you track the activities of the person, and at the snap of a finger, you have everything. Then for you to get involved in diabolical means just to identify a criminal, sometimes those useless diabolical means cannot identify accurately. But if there are visible evidence to prove this person is this person, it's very easy. So this, I really approve of this.
It's a good one. But let's be realistic. Let's start with the light issue. If there are no lights and you have implanted CCTV cameras everywhere, what will you use to see it? Okay, let's be practical. In some states, some of the governments have decided to put solar power the street lights with solar. Within 2 months of its installation, the street urchins have stolen the solar power and resold it, and the streets are left in the dark. Now, if there were CCTV cameras functional and the street lights were also simultaneously working as they are trying to dismantle the light, you will see them. Now, if you put one CCTV camera in a particular strategic position and these guys want to commit crime, and they already know that you have CCTV cameras in front of you. All they need to do, if they know that your camera is going to pick their face, all they need to do is strategically they will turn their back towards the CCTV camera and turn the CCTV camera and shut it down, so that they can, either by shooting or by tearing it aside, so that they can effectively carry the crime, so that no one will identify their faces. That's another one. Then, to make it more realistic, we don't even have database like every other country in the world. We don't have database like every other country in the world. What I expect to be done, what I expect the government to do is to first of all start by doing a database. Let's take, for instance, we have 36 states of the states, 36 states in Nigeria. One can import a criminal from maybe from the north, and maybe from Taraba State. Is a guy, I need you to help us do this and do this and do that. Do you know how many herdsmen have committed a crime in some sources, southeastern states, and have gone without being arrested? Some of them, they come all the way from maybe Taraba State, enter Lagos, do the crime and take off. How would you match the face? These guys, you are walking the whole street of Lagos looking for one Hausa-looking guy that committed a crime who have already gone back to Taraba State. So how would you be able to match it? Importing criminals from other state to another state, and you expect the local state policemen to be able to identify the criminals who have already gone back to a state? These are the things we're talking about. If there is a database already pending, with social security numbers already there, by the time you match the face from the CCTV camera that has captured, it will just show, it will go viral, it will just show you exactly who the person is. That's the challenge you are having. It's a good one. We need to start from somewhere anyway, and it's a good one, and that's a good one from the right direction.
All right, thank you very much. That's where we'll leave it. Please go to our comment section.